So what's the best way to do user journey mapping, Daniel?
So we can come at this a number of different ways, but what we're essentially trying to do is break down the stages of the user journey so we can understand what they're actually doing at each of those stages, what they want to achieve at each of those stages, and what channels that's going to happen in. And why that's really important, if you understand who your target audience is, you understand the stages of the journey, the channels they're using, and what their objectives are, you've got the basics of a strategy. But we kind of, for some reason, jump in and go, oh, we've got to be on TikTok. And it's like, wait a minute, how does that fit into the user journey? What's the context?
Yeah.
And context is kind of key, because if you get asked the question, should we be on TikTok? The first thing you've got to say is your audience on TikTok? Yes or no? But also, what are they actually trying to achieve on TikTok? Where does this fit into the different stages of the user journey from that point of view?
So what's the difference between two approaches?
So you've got, there's two real fundamentals of this. You've got your funnel models. So you've got, a see, think, do, care, or a race, which is Dave Chaffee's from Smart Insights. And they're all looking at this kind of same thing, that you start at the top and people aren't really interested yet. And then they get a bit more actively interested. Then they really want what you've got. And then there's some loyalty. And it's kind of normally top-down kind of approach. A user journey map, which is the other way, is you kind of turn it on its side. But what you're doing in this case is you're looking at much more specifics as you go through. But the real difference is that a user journey map looks at a particular scenario, and it's normally a segment of the user journey, whereas the kind of funnel approach is supposed to be from very, very top when you're not even thinking about this thing through to loyalty. Whereas with that user journey map, what I've normally gone through and done is says, this is the scenario. So it may be you're already aware of what's going on and you're just trying to get people through to purchase. The key point of a user journey map as well is trying to identify opportunities for improvement. So a generic one would say, this is what people are doing. Whereas user journey map, that's the kind of sideways version, looking at a specific scenario, will go through and say, actually, this is quite specifically what people are doing. We're not showing up in the search engines, or we haven't got testimonials on our website, or actually there's a bit of friction in the checkout kind of process as well. They're trying to achieve the same thing to some extent, but the kind of detailed version is trying to give you opportunities for improvement as you go through things.
So could you give us just a simple example of that in context? Because I think it really help.
So the funnel kind of approach for something like Target Internet would be top of the funnel. I'm not thinking about digital marketing, e-learning at all. I couldn't care less about it. But I'm searching for answers to questions about things like how do different age groups use social media? So you might put a search into Google, land on our website, and it may be then probably just leave. Okay. And then I would go, well, okay, well, if you did stay on the website, what do you want next? Well, you probably want a skills benchmark. And then after that, you might buy our product, and then you're a loyal customer. That's the top-down kind of funnel version. The kind of sideways detailed user journey map says your target audience is actively looked to improve their skills in digital marketing, and they're searching for stuff. So I've already got rid of that very top of the funnel, and I'm looking at this kind of secondary stage. And I'm just trying to look at the journey for that specific part as well, and then really get into how they're doing that. And that's what gives me the opportunity to really dive in and to understand
and
it
it gives you some more understanding about how your customers are feeling as they're going through that.
Right,
as well.
yeah. So one of the normal things you would go through and say, is this a good or a bad experience? Yeah. And it's also that thing, they're searching or they're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Okay, well, if there's too much stuff there, how can I help them with those kind of things? So it's more specific to a specific user is really key to this as well.
There's some quite nice things you can add into that. So I've seen some of the grids that you get online and they encourage you to say, okay, at this stage in that user journey, what's the user doing? What are they thinking? What are they sailing? And in some cases, what are they actually feeling? And actually, if you map those things out, it's quite easy to do, and you can just do it in a bit of a brainstorm. But actually, when you take a step back from that, you see if that's what they're thinking, or if that's what they're saying, there's a real opportunity at that stage for us to like really key into that and get some great results.
Yeah, and I think that brings us nicely to the kind of final thought on this, which is that we don't go off and say, I think that my target audience are doing this, and this is what they're thinking, and this is what they're feeling, because we mustn't base it on assumptions.
Yeah.
Because it's really dangerous that what you can do is you can go through and you can build a persona and you can build a user journey, and it's all based on, I think it's like this. And then your whole strategy is based on assumptions that are incorrect. So you need to go and do some research. You need keyword research tools, but really importantly, you need to understand what your audience thinks. You need to speak to people. You need to speak to your customers and your target audience, because then you've got the opportunity to build something that really tells me what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And then we've got a useful user journey map that we can actually use.
Please subscribe for more videos like this and visit targetinternet.com for more free digital marketing resources.